Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. These are lost civilizations that vanished without a trace, from mysterious ancient cities to entire cultures. Some civilizations have come and gone with hardly anyone knowing they ever existed. Today, we will take a look at some of these long-lost civilizations and try to piece together what happened to them. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. Let's go. The Kingdom of Kush. Located in what is now Sudan, the Kingdom of Kush was one of the most powerful civilizations in the ancient world. The Kush Empire was situated south of Egypt along the Nile River and flourished from around 2000 BC to 350 AD at its peak. The kingdom stretched from the Egyptian border in the north to the Central African rainforest in the south. The Kushite kings were known for their wealth and power, controlling vast amounts of gold, ivory, and exotic animals. They also had a strong military force that allowed them to conquer much of Egypt and Nubia. However, the Kushite civilization mysteriously disappeared around 350 AD. There are several theories as to why the kingdom fell apart. Some believe that climate change played a role, while others think that outside invaders were responsible. Still, others argue that the Kushite people simply moved away from the Nile River Valley and integrated into other cultures. Regardless of what caused the kingdom's demise, there is no denying that it was one of the most influential civilizations in ancient history. Its legacy can still be seen today in the ruins of its great cities, such as Meroe and Nuri, which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The Indus Valley Civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization was one of the world's first great civilizations. It thrived in what is now Pakistan and northwest India from around 3300 BC to 1300 BC. During its height, the civilization was home to over 5 million people living in cities such as Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. These cities were incredibly advanced for their time, featuring things like indoor plumbing, sewage systems, and even air conditioning. The Indus people also developed a unique writing system, although it has yet to be deciphered. Unfortunately, the civilization mysteriously collapsed around 1300 BC. One theory is that climate change led to the drying up of the Indus River, which would have made it difficult to sustain such a large population. Another theory is that outside invaders were responsible for the civilization's downfall. However, recent evidence suggests that the Indus people may have simply migrated to other areas after their cities were abandoned. This is supported by the fact that many of the artifacts found in Indus Valley archaeological sites are similar to those found in later Indian cultures. Whatever happened to the Indus people, their civilization remains one of the most fascinating mysteries of the ancient world. The Kingdom of Sheba. The Kingdom of Sheba was an ancient civilization located in what is now southern Yemen. It is believed to have been founded in the 10th century BC and reached its peak during the reign of Queen Sheba in the 7th century BC. According to legend, Queen Sheba was a wealthy and powerful ruler who traveled to Jerusalem to meet with King Solomon. She is said to have been so impressed by Solomon's wisdom and power that she converted to Judaism and returned to her kingdom with a large amount of gold and other treasures. However, the Kingdom of Sheba mysteriously disappeared in the 5th century BC. One theory is that it was conquered by the Himyarite Kingdom, another powerful civilization in southern Yemen. However, this theory is not supported by much evidence. Another theory is that the kingdom was destroyed by a natural disaster, such as a volcanic eruption or a devastating earthquake. This theory is supported by the fact that there is little archaeological evidence of the kingdom after the 5th century BC. It is possible that the Kingdom of Sheba was simply absorbed into other Yemeni kingdoms after its decline, but its sudden disappearance remains a mystery. The Maya Civilization. The Maya civilization is one of the most well-known ancient civilizations, but its decline is still not fully understood. The Maya people lived in what is now Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize from around 2000 BC to 1697 AD during their peak. They built impressive cities adorned with intricate temples, palaces, and artwork. They also developed a sophisticated writing system and kept detailed records of their history and culture. However, beginning in the 9th century AD, Maya cities were mysteriously abandoned. One theory is that overpopulation led to the depletion of resources, which in turn caused widespread famine and warfare. Another theory is that a series of droughts led to crop failures and mass migrations, Whatever the cause, the Maya civilization as a whole disappeared by 1697 AD, while there is still much that we don't understand about the Maya. Modern science has helped us learn more about their daily life and traditions than ever before. Archaeologists have uncovered many artifacts that give insight into their way of life, including pottery, tools, and even jewelry. By studying these artifacts, we can learn more about the Maya people and their culture. We can also gain a better understanding of the factors that may have contributed to their decline. The Kingdom of Uber. The Kingdom of Uber was an ancient civilization located in what is now Oman. It was once a prosperous trading center with links to civilizations as far away as India and Mesopotamia. However, the kingdom mysteriously disappeared around 2,500 years ago. According to legend, the city was destroyed by a massive earthquake and buried beneath sand dunes. For centuries, the story of Uber was dismissed as a myth. However, in the 1990s, an archaeological team discovered the remains of the city buried in the desert. The discovery of Uber was a major breakthrough in our understanding of ancient Oman. The ruins of the city tell us that it was once a bustling metropolis with impressive buildings and a thriving economy. However, we still don't know what caused the city to be abandoned. One theory is that the earthquake that supposedly destroyed the city was actually a volcanic eruption. If this is true, then the eruption must have been incredibly powerful to bury an entire city under sand. The Kingdom of Uber may never be fully understood, but its ruins provide us with a fascinating glimpse into ancient history. The Kingdom of Aksum. The Kingdom of Aksum was an ancient civilization located in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. It was founded in the 4th century AD and became a major power in the region by the 6th century AD. The Kingdom of Aksum controlled important trade routes and was wealthy due to its exports of ivory, gold, and incense. However, the kingdom mysteriously disappeared in the 8th century AD. One theory is that it was conquered by the Muslim armies of the Rashidun Caliphate. However, this theory is not supported by much evidence. Another theory is that the kingdom was destroyed by a series of droughts and famines. This theory is supported by the fact that the last king of Aksum was deposed during a time of great upheaval in the region. Whatever the cause, the Kingdom of Aksum vanished without a trace. And today we are left with more questions than answers. What happened to its people? Did they assimilate into other cultures, or were they wiped out by invaders? Why did the kingdom suddenly collapse, and where did all of its people go? Fortunately, we may never know the answers to these questions. But one thing is certain: the Kingdom of Aksum was an important chapter in African history and should not be forgotten. We hope you enjoyed learning about these lost civilizations. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video for more videos like this. See you next time.